All right. Hey, this is Brent Leary, and I've been out on the road the last couple of weeks at some really great events, but it's always good to be back home in the studio to do a few good minutes. Like the old school, a few good minutes for me was just me sitting in my, well, people say I'm sitting in my basement, but I'm not really sitting in the basement, but it is me here talking with you. And I love to be able to talk with great folks that are doing interesting things and having guests that not only I get the chance to talk to once, but they come back. I always wonder why, but I'm happy they do. So this guest that I have for the next few good minutes is somebody that has been with me before, somebody I actually do like, even though he's a Seahawks fan. It's okay. Yeah, as long as he's not a Patriots fan, we're good. He is Kris Billmaier. He is the SVP and GM of Salesforce Self-Service and Growth. Kris, thank you for joining me, man.
Hey, thank you for having me back. I must have made a good impression the first time around. I'm excited to be here.
You know what? I invite everybody back as long as they say they are not a Patriots fan. So, we're good.
Fair enough.
Look, I broke out my brand new Rams shirt. I mean, I literally just got this in the mail when I got back home. I was like, I'm going to bust this out and have a few good minutes with Kris. So, yeah, I mean, it's I try to be stylish with my Rams gear, and I like this one. It's a little understated, but I like it.
I think the next time we have a few good minutes, it'll be me wearing all my Seahawks gear and you wearing your Rams gear, and we just need to coordinate a little bit better so I can be better prepped. But we'll get it closer to the season and we'll get going.
Yeah, when maybe in season we'll try for that.
Perfect. I love it. I'll make sure I product announcement at the same time week of the Seahawks Rams games.
Okay, well, since you're talking product announcements, it's always great to talk with you, but I think there is something that you are about to announce. So why don't you tell us what it is and why it's so important?
Yeah, so last time we were on, I talked about the starter suite that we brought forward, which was kind of the entry-level product suite of sales, service, and marketing capabilities that really was easy to use, out of the box, for users to get started in the Salesforce ecosystem. And that's been going great. We're excited about that. What we saw during the process with our customers using Starter was they need that upgrade path to the suite. So what we're actually introducing is what we're calling our Pro Suite, which is kind of the next tier up of functionality, some more advanced sales and service capabilities, more customization, but again, the suite of sales, service, marketing, commerce, all out of the box with a really consistent UI, easy to use, but really for those companies that are growing and need that next tier of capabilities. And so we're really excited about bringing this to market and officially launching it.
What's really cool, I think, is there's a lot of the emphasis on some of the latest technology, particularly over the last year and a half or so. A lot of it has really been focused on the enterprise level folks, and they seem to be getting all the good stuff and the cool stuff. So the smaller folks, they like this kind of stuff too, and they need this kind of stuff too. So why are we focusing? Why is Salesforce, focusing some of that on the folks that are not at the enterprise level?
We really want our customers to think about us from the time they need a CRM. So from the time you say, okay, my business is ready for CRM, I'm ready to come off a spreadsheet. And I think the great thing about Salesforce is you never outgrow it, right? So we want customers to avoid that switching cost, to come in, start with Starter, grow up to Pro, and then be customers for life. And like I said, the great thing is you never outgrow Salesforce. And we want those customers who are just starting out to know that we're there for them and we're building products for them that are simple to use. The other thing that we find is that with Pro Suite, small business doesn't mean not advanced or not complex or not in need of more significant tools. And so that's why we built Pro Suite. We built it with those growth companies in mind who may need that extra tier of functionality. And yeah, I know you see all of our announcements about AI and all the good stuff that's starting at the enterprise, but we absolutely plan on, bringing that down into Starter, into Pro. We already have some AI capabilities through more predictive tools like Einstein Activity Capture, like Einstein Send Time Optimization for marketing. But you'll see, not in the near distant future, more of the GPT-like scenarios and Copilot coming down into our experience. So we're working on that right now. We want it to be seamless. But the great news is these orgs are AI ready because Data Cloud is under the hood, powering everything that we do.
See, I know you talk to a lot of SMB kind of businesses, and I know you get a chance to get firsthand what they're challenged with, what are the things they're really focused on. So can you maybe, because it's been a little while since we talked, maybe you could tell me what you've heard from them lately, and how does something like this Salesforce Pro Suite help with some of the things that they're challenged with right now?
It's funny you bring that up. I was just talking to a customer the other day who basically referred to himself as kind of the magician of his entire company, and sits across everything and makes sure that everything runs in the right way. And I see that a lot with our SMBs, like many folks wearing multiple hats and just want the tools at their fingertips that they need to achieve the jobs quickly and then get back to running their business. And so with Starter, with Pro Suite, that's exactly what we're trying to do, is just give you the tools that you need, kind of regardless of your role, to be efficient. And more we see companies thinking about the jobs that they need to do versus the role that they have. So more the hybrid seller marketer kind of approach is coming to bear for us with a lot of our customers.
You mentioned AI, and a lot of the focus over the last year and a half has been on Gen AI and being able to like create nice pictures and stuff. Hey, I'm a fan of nice pictures too, by the way. I'd like to create nice pictures too. But when it comes to the SMB folks, they're still working on the meat and potatoes, and they're really trying to figure out how can all this modern tech really help us do the things that we've done more efficiently, more effectively, less cost involved. And so maybe you could talk about some of that aspect of what the Pro Suite has to offer. Maybe some of this AI is under the hood to help them do these meat and potato kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, just generally, we're looking at making our customers more productive, and that really to me is key. How can I make our customers more productive with the tools that we offer, make them more successful so that they can get back to running their business efficiently? And so that's really that's at the heart of everything we do. AI is just a piece of that. So when I talk about things like Einstein time optimization tied to our marketing cloud, that's really making sure that there's an efficient open rate tied to the campaigns that you might create. And again, this is more the predictive nature of AI. But generally speaking, I think about GPT scenarios and the stuff that we've done with Copilot is ultimately making our companies that are using it more productive in a trusted fashion. We have that trust layer that allows us to really operate with trust, and your data doesn't escape and go into these large language models. It's really the trusted AI that we bring in the enterprise and right now, and we're going to bring that everywhere in the near term.
And one of the things that's also going around is just there's so much data flying around here. It's so many disparate systems. It's being generated, by just people speaking, and data is getting created, code is getting created, all sorts of data. Talk about why the Salesforce Pro Suite, the kind of the foundation of it in Einstein and the Data Cloud. What does that bring to bear for these SMBs that get started with this?
Yeah, it's a great question. We intentionally built both Starter and Pro Suite kind of on top of Data Cloud. So right now, if you're a Starter or a Pro Suite customer, Data Cloud is there. It's doing things like unifying profiles and resolving contacts for you, kind of under the hood, unseen, but doing the heavy lifting so you don't get duplicate contacts, things like that. It's also doing our segmentation for Marketing Cloud. But the great thing about that aspect is these orgs are AI ready. So your data is already prepped, it's already clean, it's already ready to go ahead and be AI capable. We see kind of two things, with AI needing to be ready. One, needing Data Cloud on under the hood, and two, needing a really clean org to start out so that AI understands your business. And we have both of those things with Starter and with ProSuite because Data Cloud's on under the hood.
I'm thinking about, some of the things that have kept SMBs from really taking full advantage of like a CRM application. Some things like it takes too hard to put the data in, it takes too much to keep it up to date. I still don't know exactly what I get out of it. Maybe, maybe you could talk to them like you're talking to me, talk to them like, all right,
Yeah.
we've heard these things, but here's how something like Salesforce Pro Suite helps with some of those basic needs that they have.
It's really the ethos of why we started this whole program. We started out with the idea that we wanted to make things simple for our customers to get in, no setup required, simple data import. So we actually have on my team, we have a team that actually looks at what I call fit and finish. And so every day the team is looking on how to make the basic experiences simpler for our users. So data import is key to that, right? How do I get my data in the fastest way possible, in the simplest way possible, and keep it up to date in the best way possible? And so all of those are scenarios that we continually look at over and over again because it's never perfect, and we spend a ton of time thinking about simplicity, thinking about ease of use, and thinking about our end user in mind. And it's kind of a better, never done mindset for us with all of that.
And one other aspect that I'm really interested in is combining not only marketing, sales, and service, the traditional kind of planks for CRM, but you give them the commerce capabilities as well. Maybe you could speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, so we just brought this in. So the commerce capability we brought in is called Pay Now. And so really what this allows our customers to do is easily send secure payment links. So the scenario that I always talk about is everybody manages opportunities in Salesforce and everybody closes opportunities in Salesforce simply. Well, once you've closed an opportunity, we have a really easy way for you to get paid and for your customer to pay you. And that's just basically leveraging this commerce capability that's built in that allows for secure and branded payment links to be sent to your customers. So it's really that fast motion of transaction with the customer, and kind of everything we do, I see is having a flow to it. So I just talked about the flow of opportunity and sales to getting paid through commerce. But what a user really sees is just completing a job, right? And they don't think about the multiple clouds that are involved in that. I also love the scenario of, I have in my own personal Salesforce Pro Suite org, I have a segment that I target for email campaigns that's called closed cases. And so what actually happens is every time I close a service case in my org, that service case flows in and says, okay, this is a closed org or a closed service case. What's the best thing to do when you've closed a service case, when your customer might have had a problem that you've resolved? You can send a loyalty campaign. And all of those tools are just built into one offering, which is really seamless for the user.
Anything that helps people get paid, particularly at the SMB level, I think that's one of those things that it may not sound like a lot, but I think it's actually a huge thing, particularly at the SMB level, where you're able to use this and it actually helps you to get paid quicker. I mean, that's a big deal.
It is. I in a former life, I ran a startup, small business myself, and I knew how hard it was to find customers, to win their business and to keep them and to grow. I wish I had a tool like this when I was, doing my own little thing. And it really is. We understand the pain that small businesses feel, and we're trying to solve all of those pain points with kind of a seamlessly integrated offering.
All right. So I would be remiss if I didn't ask about price because, the SMBs, man, that's one of those things they are very focused on because a lot of times they feel like they're priced out of the market. So what is something like Salesforce Pro Suite? What's the pricing around?
So Salesforce Starter and Pro Suite both offer a free 30-day trial. So you can get in and actually try the product and have success with the product before you ever pay us a dime. And I think that's telling. Go try it out, prove it to yourself. Starter is $25 per user per month after you've gone through the 30-day free trial period. And Pro Suite is $100 per user per month for those more advanced customization, service, sales use cases. We think they're both great value products. And, like I said, we're looking for our customers to prove it out for themselves, though, in this 30-day free trial period for both.
And speaking at the Pro Suite level, what customers do you think would be the best suited to really take advantage of that right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the customers that need that level of advanced customization. So we see those users who are graduating and need for the power of the platform. Starter allows for some customization, but it's more like field level customization on pages. With Pro Suite, you have flow built in, you have things like custom apps, custom objects. So if you're really in need of that, or if you're a growing company that needs, sales forecasting and more advanced quoting, that's all there as well. And then if you're focused on service use cases, we've actually brought Service Console and more advanced messaging capabilities with your customers into Pro Suite. So there's a ton of value in Pro. And I would say it's kind of a user-specific thing. There's a lot of journeys that could lead you to Pro Suite, but those are kind of the typical tipping points we see from a customer graduating from Starter to Pro.
And last thing, let's say a year from now, what do you want the SMB customers to do come on board? What do you want them to get out of their first year using something like Pro Suite?
Oh man, I want them to have success and grow their business. I mean, our success is based on their success. So we want our customers to, grow their business, have massive success with the tools that we provide. And we want them to grow up and need more advanced tools for us as they get bigger. And that's, I think, the great thing about Salesforce is, you never outgrow us, and you could always move up, regardless of the tools that you might need.
Where could they go and learn more about some of the things we just talked about, Kris?
Just go to salesforce.com and you can see Starter and Pro on the homepage actually today. Click in, try for free, and give us your feedback. We're looking for more and more customer feedback, and we're looking for everybody to have a great experience with Starter and Pro.
Kris, it's been a real pleasure catching up, getting back up to speed. And, next time we do this, I do expect you to have some kind of, I don't know, maybe a throwback Russell Wilson jersey. I don't know, something.
I mean, maybe Steve Largent if we're talking throwback.
Wow.
That brings me back a little bit. But how about, I've got this white background today. How about I'll put like a Seahawks virtual background on for you? And then I think we need a little bet on the next Seahawks Ram game. So like, let's maybe little swag from Salesforce or a little Rams gear, or maybe you wear a Seahawks jersey. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe by the time Dreamforce rolls around, we'll be starting to get hyped up for the season and all that. Yeah,
sounds good. I love it.
All right, Kris, thanks again for taking time to talk about this, and thank you guys for watching it. I will see you next time on A Few Good Minutes.